Welcome to the Leog episode 10.5. This is the one about summer movies where we're not so drunk we can barely see.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to not be as drunk as last time.
Yeah. That's true. I've gotten that drunk plenty of times, but rarely was I dumb enough to have a recording instrument around.
I could drink a six-pack right now and still be sober than I was for the beginning of that Leog.
Yeah, it was a little out of control, and I blame myself. We started 5 hours before the show drinking.
Dude, it was the barbecue. It was the barbecue's fault. Somebody brought a grill at 5, and the next thing you know, we were surrounded by beer.
Yeah. So, I was so drunk, I'm not even going to play it off like, Bo was saying, sorry, why don't you just pretend like that's what you meant to do because we had so much stuff to cover. I'm like, no, the truth is I'm just an idiot and I totally forgot to answer any questions. So you know what? That ended up being easy because now we've got a whole 0.5 that we can just go, it's your question.
Yeah. Well, and you forgot to put the question post up. So, I mean, there weren't any questions to answer typically.
The question post up?
Well, till like 3 days before.
I thought we actually answered like one or two questions during that.
No. Any questions?
Okay, there was the I think we may have brought the questions up and not actually answered them.
Yeah, weren't we answering questions when we were talking to that unicorn? What was happening?
I could have.
What the fuck was that unicorn doing here?
Hunter S. Thompson was writing on the back, and he quite specifically asked me 3 or 4 questions that I answered.
Sorry,
I think I wrote after that Leog. I woke up this morning in a tree, mumbling pink elephants.
Yeah, I woke up this morning in a pink elephant, mumbling tree. So I was a little worse off, I think. But you know what?
You want to do that again?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I haven't even been drinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
once again, sober Leog.
Yeah.
Still drunk from last week.
Well, my lips don't work regardless of how much alcohol is involved, as many women have discovered before. So we're going to jump right into the questions here.
Wait, shouldn't we sound off?
Oh,
Roll
yeah,
call?
Right. I'm sorry. God damn, man. I'm really out
Dude,
of it
this
still.
is the sober one. Where's your head?
I seriously think that we're all still a little hungover from the last
From a week ago.
I'll accept that.
Okay, well, I'm Cyrus. You're your host.
This is Grant. Sobriety not guaranteed.
This is Kristen.
I'm Bo, firmly gripping a glass of soda water.
And Leon, of course.
And Allison.
Allison, who, of course, couldn't make it last week, unfortunately, but we're glad to have her here this week.
I was confused.
It was a little confusing.
We were pretty pissed you weren't there.
Yeah, well,
We did hold the show for 30 minutes waiting for you to show up.
I don't believe you.
That was why it was 5 hours.
No, really, layer on the guilt.
We were sitting around waiting for 5 hours. Finally, I was like, you know what? I don't think she's coming.
You just need an excuse for your drinking, and I am not going to be your alcoholic enabler.
Fuck.
Yes.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to.
Indeed.
Then what good are you?
Because I am clearly not drunk enough yet myself.
Yeah.
So.
Allison, you have to leave. I'm sorry.
Man, we are just not going to get that chip, are we?
I was going to say, we're never going to get that poker game started we wanted to with our non-drinking chips. Oh, well. So anyway, that's us. Here we are. Let's go into the questions. What do you say, guys? Unless somebody else has something they want to say first.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
course
I do.
Oh, I saw the Terminator show, and I just want to say...
No. We always start the show. We kind of, the proper way is to bullshit a little bit, talk about things that have been going on,
Yeah.
acknowledge a few people.
Okay, who are we acknowledging other than the questions we'll be answering?
I got to acknowledge Bow and Arrow, who, I don't know if you guys been getting stuff off your wish list. I hadn't for a while. And I was just like, well, that's cool, because I always feel embarrassed when I do. But got home yesterday, and Bow and Arrow sent me the original 1967 Bedazzled and the Death Clock CD.
Oh, nice. Good for you! That's epic, man.
And I've been playing in the car, cranking it up, and I just love it. So I just want to say thank you.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Well,
yeah.
I actually got something off my wish list, guys.
What?
Wow.
No way.
You have a wish list?
Wait, this makes you
My
a full
Amazon
member.
cherry hath been poppeth.
He was already a full member.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he
because
just
you're the one who
wasn't core
made a
crew.
big demarcation of like, okay, you guys, from now on, only the core 4 get to say when we're going to do a Leon.
You're right. I've been mean to Grant. Grant, I just want to take this opportunity to apologize to you. Because
This is the only reason I brought up him buying me something, so I could get these.
Because Leon
Yes.
gave me a lot of shit about it. And I always do what he says.
What'd you get?
Delete that apology. That's lame.
What? Okay, you're right.
Wait,
Screw you.
you don't
Yeah.
want the apology,
Just go-
or it wasn't a good apology?
No, I appreciate the apology, but you don't have to do that on mic. Anyway,
Okay, fine. Then we won't consider you anymore.
all right.
Oh man.
I was never
uncomfortable.
going to go along with the majority anyway, Grant.
I'm
I'd like you to
uncomfortable
know
when
that.
you guys aren't saying "fuck you, Grant." Shut the fuck up. So.
Jason's not here to fight you.
True.
What are you guys planning?
Anyway, big shout out to Nikado.
Nakado the man.
Nikado is awesome. He got me the first season of Battlestar Galactica.
Whoa!
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah! I know. I mean, I never got anything, and then that's the first thing I get. Wow,
Never gotten a present from anyone ever.
it's a rough life. I'm like Harry Potter.
Now, come on. Don't be like that. For Christmas last year, I got you a rock.
True.
So
Yeah, and it's a nice rock. I appreciate it.
I spent at least 2 seconds picking
I
that
play
out.
with it all the time.
Okay.
I love it.
It was
Yeah,
in
he's
your
named it.
It was in your driveway, admittedly, but it was the prettiest one in your driveway.
I noticed. It's cool. Anyway, Nikado, thank you very much, and everyone else go on his page and tell him how awesome he is,
Because he is awesome.
because he is. And he is.
And Runba sent me a book.
What?
Deadpool versus Cable a while back, but he just recently asked for it back. So I know.
Which I thought was kind of weird.
Is,
Yeah,
is
it's
he
kinda
going to get
weird.
an autograph for you or something?
yeah.
It's either like a present or it's not.
Well, yeah, I guess he didn't like really say ahead of time that it was a present. You just assume.
Let's be clear now. We're not interested in borrowing your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a sweet gesture on his part. Don't get me wrong, but I would just like to let it be known that it is a major pain in the ass to get back to the post office to mail stuff back. So if
Aw.
something is just a loaner, I'm gonna say thank you, but no.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta call him out on that.
I'm totally
Well,
I'm totally good with that, but self-addressed stamped envelope, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like nobody takes something without a self-addressed stamped envelope and mails
You
it
get a
back.
gift from someone, you call him out for being an Indian giver
Hey,
on a podcast.
hey, but I'm also talking about how sweet he was to send it in the first place. It's just that I didn't realize there was a string attached to it.
I don't know. I'm getting mixed signals. I think you're just a jerk.
You know what? I am reaching the age where I'm okay with people not liking me.
Oscar the Grouch,
Pretty
Red
much,
Fox
yeah.
and Sanford and Son.
Oh yeah, no. That is my goal, to become Red Fox and Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Dick Cheney, whatever.
Okay, Dick Cheney's a bit much. Like I'd have to be Satan before I become Dick Cheney. Like there's Lex Luthor, there's Satan, and then there's Dick Cheney.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm not willing to go that far.
Okay,
Although
fair
if you
enough.
keep pushing him, he might shoot you in the face.
Yeah, wait, Riddle. Oh, did I tell this already? Why did Dick Cheney shoot an old man in the face? He thought it was a puppy.
In fact, I think you've told that on a Leon.
Okay. But I just love that joke.
That's and now Leon's joke. The larch. The larch.
Followed later by Leon's story. Some story. I'll crowbar in here somewhere.
Lemon curry.
Okay. I love that lemon curry reference. Anyway, so we're going to jump right in, right? Nothing else? Anyone else got something? No? Did Kristen get anything?
Yeah, Kristen, you got a new book coming out or anything?
Actually, I will be in New York City next weekend, which will be June.
New York City?
I will be in New York City next weekend for the
What?
the Mocha.
Mocha, that's where I'm going to
What,
be.
you guys are both going to Mocha and you only just now
Hey,
found
I
One
out?
of
want
the
to see
twins,
Grant
you
and Mocha.
Yeah.
Get a rope.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can
Perhaps
share a
you should
room.
explain to us what Mocha is.
Mocha is the Museum of Cartoon and Comic Art show in New York City. There are over 300 exhibitors, I do believe. It's mostly all small press, indie stuff. There are some really cool people this year, and I wish I could spout them all off the top of my head, but I'm excited to meet Kate Beaton, who does the history comics.
I'm excited about Al Jaffe.
Oh,
Is
right
Al Jaffe gonna
on,
be
dude.
He's gonna be there.
Cool.
I think that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
For everybody under the age of 30, Al Jaffe is one of the more recognized illustrators from the classic Mad magazine.
Those
Yeah.
fold-outs, I mean, not
Yeah.
fold-outs, but the last page of the magazine that you
Yes.
fold together and make a joke.
Yeah.
He's
those
the guy
are
who does
fantastic.
those.
And he does all the big nose, goofy looking guys on all the comics. That's what he does. And,
I thought that was Harvey
and,
Kurtzman.
Or Don Martin.
oh, true, yeah. Save me. Save me.
Someone rescue him from the big nose joke that's not working out.
And I know Allison has a new book she's working on, and maybe she's not ready to reveal it, but
No.
I hear production's going very well on it.
Well, it's kind of, it was actually harder at the beginning, but now that I've kind of figured out how to do it, it's better.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, you have the support of the
Right on.
league
Thanks.
at your back. So anything you need from us, you just let us know.
Okay.
I get to kill somebody. So what, Bo? You don't have anything coming out? Jesus Christ. I'm like, wow, we're not doing anything.
Hey, creative types, fuck all of you. That's what I have coming out. An insult out of my mouth.
What I'm doing next weekend? Sitting in the tub with mint julep and crying.
Oh, I am planning on eating a whole bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken in front of my mirror after this and crying because I'm a failure.
They have Kentucky Grilled now.
Awesome!
I am convinced it's one of the signs of the apocalypse. I'm pretty sure that when you stop frying chicken, because they tried to soften it with, oh no, we're not Kentucky Fried Chicken, we're
Yeah,
KFC
We're
now.
KFC.
now
We're not
they're
necessarily
like-
fried.
Or
God.
chicken.
Damn,
Exactly.
you joggers and vegetarians are putting us out a bit.
I'd,
Kentucky Grilled Chicken.
hey,
Come on.
Colonel, can I get some steamed horse meat? Mmm.
So demanding.
Well, I mean, that is the next step before they start doing tofu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's only a matter of time before they're like, they don't want to admit we've killed all the chickens, so they just keep manufacturing this
Hey,
whatever
dude.
that kind of tastes like it.
10 years, the whole world's gonna flood. We're all gonna be living on bean curd. Just get over it.
Yeah, that's
KFC is going to be having Soylent Green.
could you
Well, they'll have fried Soylent Green and grilled Soylent Green.
Yeah.
could you pass the processed krill paste?
true. Well, I always hear that people taste like sweet pork, and I don't know about you, but I fucking love sweet pork.
Well, that's the thing. I was just thinking, you know what? We always make fun of Soylent Green, but what if it's really good?
Yeah.
Like pork, as bad as it is for you, you got to admit, pork's like the best tasting meat
Oh,
you
yeah.
can eat.
Man,
And
Soylent
people
Green-
can only be that much better.
And the cool thing, stupider the person, sweeter the meat.
That's true. I would just take handfuls
It's
of that
win-win.
shit and sprinkle it on everything. Like, wait, you're gonna put Soylent Green even on your vegetables? Tastes good.
The more this recycling kick goes, I mean, why not recycle people?
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I was having this conversation with my sister, and she's so cute when she says anything at all. She's like, I don't want to play the what kind of meat game are we anymore.
I just wouldn't be able to stop staring at that dead squirrel in her head. I don't
Yes, it is distracting at times.
know. I'd imagine and start to smell bad after a few decades.
We preserved it.
It's shellacked,
Shellacked,
exactly.
And it's no Soylent Green.
No.
And yeah, it's no Soylent Green.
That actually, Soylent Orange is made of squirrels. It's made of squirrels.
Let's answer some questions.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with my dad on this one. Fuck squirrels!
Your dad?
Oh, I never told a story
Oh,
when
yeah, that's a good one.
my dad loved birds, right? Really into like bird watching. I don't know how anyone can sit there for hours with binoculars and look at birds just so they can identify them in a book. But,
I believe it helps to be really old.
yeah, I was gonna say, but that's
Or
what
if
he
you've
loved.
dated Allison.
Oh, that's right. Allison has a I dated a guy once story that involves watching birds.
Well, let me finish my one first,
Yeah,
even
Sure.
though it doesn't involve.
Yeah,
me
let's do
dating
the
a
lame
guy.
one first.
Okay. Hey,
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
unplug his mic, Bo. All right. So anyway, we're sitting there at breakfast one day, and he comes out, getting ready for work, straightening his tie, and he looks out, and there's a squirrel on his super expensive squirrels can't get into it bird feeder, and he starts cussing and freaking out, and we're like, we don't even know what just happened, and he runs back to his room and comes out with a police Colt Python handgun and just starts firing out the door at the squirrel. Totally misses it. Doesn't hit a goddamn thing. Even the broadside of the barn just stood there going, whatever, try and hit me, bitch. The funniest thing ever.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So what about Allison's better story? No
no,
pressure.
She dated your dad, dude.
Pretty much.
She was the squirrel.
Hey, old man Cyrus.
Pretty much. I dated a bird-watching hockey player kind of type dude.
When you say
And,
hockey, do you mean with pucks or
Was he
with
Canadian?
birds?
He might as well have been. Might as well. But, no, I'm not athletic
Don't
at
bring down
all.
hockey or an associate with that.
Well,
Sorry.
to me,
Grant, hockey's lame. Come on, get Get used to it.
You're
Seriously.
lame.
We have enough Canadians angry at us.
Yeah.
Go, you boys, hush up. Tell your story.
I like hockey.
Well, hockey is the reason why I can sing the Canadian national anthem. But, anyways, I'm not athletic. I don't pretend to be athletic. The girlish figure that I do have is from Diet Soda and Panic.
But
so.
she is an athletic supporter. Wait a minute. No.
Gross.
Go on.
But so it would always be he would like lure me into the like we're gonna go on this nature walk, and nature walk would be knee deep in snow, 8 miles from civilization, and him going, dude, Sharpshin Hawk, 12 o'clock, Sharpshin Hawk, 12 o'clock, and like all of the other bird watching people like with their binoculars. Zooming in on this phantom bird, which
I'm just picturing her like buried up to her nose, and then this guy pointing, and then over in the corner it's Voltan from Flash Gordon. Look, it's Hawkman.
that would have been more fun. So it was always me like bitching, like I've got snow in my shoes. Can we just go home? Why does it have to be so cold? There's ticks in this grass. I don't.
No,
I
eat
have
your wheat cakes.
Yeah.
I have Lyme disease.
It just.
And
anyway.
sadly, that is the second best boyfriend you've ever had. Right?
Thus far.
Wow.
You guys might actually have a chance with Allison. The bar is really low.
I'd be sad.
Really, really low. It's
Really?
not sad, it's
You
true.
want to go out skeet shooting with me next weekend? You'll love it.
Skeet shooting.
Did I
boggle
tell you I'm a
championships.
professional juggler?
Yeah. I dated a juggler, too.
Because that's like the lowest there is. You can't really date much lower than a juggler, can you?
Oh, what about a high school mascot?
No,
done that.
slam poet.
Slam poet is
Yeah.
the lowest now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's juggler, magician, slam poet.
Someone needs... Oh, Brian Brushwood's going to be mad.
Hey, you're the second worst, not the worst.
All right.
They're all actually below musical theater majors. So you know,
Gotcha.
it's-
So is that the show? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. Thanks
right.
very... Oh, wait.
wrap it up.
No.
We haven't even answered any questions. In fact, we haven't even made fun of Grant yet, have we?
Yeah, we started off making fun of
we did.
Grant.
Oh,
Kind
did
of,
we?
yeah.
It's just been too long. Grant, you suck. Okay, let's get right into it. Well, Jason's not here, and I'm all confused. I'm sorry.
Me
You
too.
must yell a lot then.
Yeah.
All right.
I will be taking care of that.
Never mind.
Okay. We're going to jump right in with some questions with, let's see. I actually did not do any pre-organization, so I'm pulling a Corey here and just dancing around on the actual website.
Sure.
Ironhide667 says, "Hey guys, what film that you hated and other people liked have you had to defend your position to friends and colleagues alike?"
Oh my God! Don't get me started
Lists.
on that.
Lists of them, really.
I only like popular movies that everyone else likes. So
Oh, Grant. What about No Country for Old Men? Or rather, the ending of No Country
Wait,
for
did
Old Men.
anyone
I'm
not
sorry.
like that?
I meant the lack of an ending.
oh,
for
I'm
No
sorry
Country
that
for
you're
Old
too
Men.
dumb and just don't get it.
I'm sorry that you're so pretentious that you decide something has loftier aspects when it's not actually there. That you saw the Emperor wearing a beautiful suit when he was actually buck naked.
To be fair,
Hey, I hate you.
even though we
What about
agree-
that?
Even though we agree, Leon, we are kind of in the minority on this one. We're the ones who have to defend our position.
No, we're not.
Really?
No, you have no idea of the scores of people I talk to.
Okay.
Who like, wow, it's such a cool movie, and at the end, what the fuck happened?
I'm glad to hear that then, because I thought I was getting the impression it was the other way around.
He goes all around Walmart, and all his Walmart buddies all can't get it either.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I don't speak hipster.
They thought you were just
That's
talking about
right.
that movie Country. Country, yeah, I like that shit. The ending
Okay,
was
fair
well-
enough. I guess I like No Country for Old Men, and these guys don't.
You suck.
This is a room full of old men who just don't get it.
No, Bo gets it.
Yeah, no, I actually probably would have gone there, but now I can't. So I have to think on the fly of something that I like that everybody else hates.
I didn't know that was
can't
such a
really-
controversial. I mean, I guess there's controversy, but I didn't think it was so hated.
I honestly love that movie. I totally do.
Just the
And
ending,
I think
right?
the ending makes no sense. They chose to do it that way. I understand the reasoning behind it. We've gone over this so many times.
Yeah.
but I can.
It's the
forgive
same
it.
thing with Sopranos.
I can
I mean,
forgive it.
some people understand it, some people hate it.
Yeah,
Understand is not the right term.
yeah,
Like it,
yeah,
I
because
guess.
that implies that like somebody like me doesn't understand it. I understand it. I just thought it was really.
It's a big
weak.
middle finger.
Yeah, it was. It was unnecessarily so. It's like to end it without a definite kind of ending, I would have been fine with that. I
The
didn't need the shootout. I didn't need any of that. But they teased that something was going to happen.
But the last 2 seasons were the middle finger, I think, not that last episode.
Well, you know,
the episode right before that one was amazing.
Well,
but otherwise, the rest of
Sopranos
it was just horrible.
The entire run of The Sopranos, if you watch it, the second to the last episode is always better than the last episode.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, let's dance back to Kristen on
Yes.
this one. I know you must have an answer. I know you got that movie you're too embarrassed almost to say right now.
That's why I
but
came
go ahead and spit it
racking
out.
my brains because I like some cheesy stuff, but nothing's popping in my head right
Well, you
now.
say you like some cheesy stuff. Some of that must
Yeah.
qualify.
That's why I'm just like, what have I seen that I love? Because I had some bad
Did you
taste.
love Biodome?
I did not see Biodome.
What about Sister Act 2?
Awesome.
I also did not see.
I actually
that.
rented Biodome only because Tenacious D have a musical number in it.
Oh, well,
Really?
Yeah, it's the only reason I watched
Wow.
that movie.
That's no excuse.
It's
but
no
wow.
excuse. It's not worth. It wasn't worth it.
I did find myself having to defend the remake of Willard the other day.
Oh, I never saw that.
I love that movie.
I like that.
I mean, I generally got that the general population didn't like it because it did so poorly. I saw it opening night at the Old Alamo downtown with Crispin Glover and the producers. So I'm like, it's not I just saw the movie. I got the whole experience. I got to talk to Crispin Glover afterwards. Which
Did he
was
try to kick you?
awesome. No, he was super cool.
Oh.
I loved the movie except for the very obvious focus group tacked on ending.
Gee,
I think-
somehow he pulled it together to talk to a hot chick. Imagine that.
And all of a sudden, Crispin Glover is normal. Girls, they're my red kryptonite.
I know. So done with the artiness now. Would you like to come up and see my etchings? Aren't you supposed to have kind of like this wacky thing?
Yeah. Well, when I say etchings, I mean cockroach coaching, but same.
But I loved it, and I don't know where it was or who I was talking to, but they were like, "Oh, that totally sucked." I'm like, "What? It was great. There were rats,
awesome.
and it was Crispin Glover. And have you seen the original Willard? Because they couldn't have gone wrong remaking that. They couldn't have made it worse. They could only have improved."
Fair enough. I actually do want to see that because Crispin Glover is one of those guys that he's just so weird. He's kind of a traffic accident, and you do want to slow down and check him
I
out.
thought he was
you know?
excellent.
Yeah.
And actually, if you get the DVD, the commentary by the directors actually mentioned the Alamo Draft House because they said that was the only time they had gotten such a great response from a crowd because they showed all the LA focus groups and they were like, blah, blah.
That's because they weren't allowed to get drunk at the other theaters.
Also true.
Honestly, I saw it. I was probably at the Alamo Draft House. I was probably in that audience who talked about. I dug the movie a lot.
I loved it.
I mean, I'd seen the original Willard. I guess maybe on TV on a Sunday afternoon sometime. It's all right.
Okay.
But the new one, I mean, the thing is, it's not perfect. It's extremely flawed. But at the same time, they did do some new shit with it to make it more interesting and much more weird. And it's Crispin Glover. He has that unpredictable element to it that makes it go like, you know what? Whether I like this or not, I'm definitely interested.
Allison obviously approves. She's sitting over here just nodding like one of those little birds.
Well, okay, there's no secret that I like I'm attracted to some pretty, what would you say?
Ugly.
Ben Stein is an example of like
Ben
somebody
Stein.
she finds attractive.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was saying to Grant just last week, I was like, you know what? Allison's the kind of girl where, like, if she told somebody, like, oh, yeah, Allison says you're hot, I'd be like, well, fuck her.
Exactly.
It's true. Hank Azaria? I would totally like.
Actually, I had to take my my godson to see Night at the Museum just recently, and man, Azario's packing some guns. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
see that? It's like,
he's
holy
ripped.
He was in
crap.
Along Came Polly, right? Where he's just walking on the beach in
Yeah.
Speedo, and it's like
The running movie
The-
with Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
He
I was about
pretty
to say.
bummed.
Yeah.
He's in that. And
Run,
he takes
Fat
his
Boy,
shirt
run.
off, and you're like, dude, are you watching Joe Piscopo's later
You're just
movies?
like-
'Cause-
Damn, Helen Hunt, why'd you break up with that? Jeez.
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I kind of and plus when he was doing the Boris Karloff impersonation, it was like, Hank Azaria, you're cool.
Yeah, but not typical. Not typical on somebody's list
But
of
imagine all the
hotties.
voices he could do for you.
See? He's like entertainment.
Yeah, but Jason
In the
Statham's
dark, it
also
could sound
on
like
your
you're having
list.
an orgy.
So you're saying he's the closest you could get to, like, getting hooked up with a Skrull. To where, rather than he couldn't become different people, but he could mimic their voices.
I actually hear Carrot Top is available again, so
Actually, if Azaria had like that kind of channeled chin thing going with the Skrulls have, and you painted him green, he could pull off Super Skrull. I could see that.
I smell a man crush
There
over
you go.
here.
I do
But-
too.
But what would your movie be?
Man, I don't know. I mean, as far as like among this crowd, as far as my geeky brethren, I am guilty of not hating Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy enough. I was actually somewhat entertained by it, and yeah, Leon's reaction is like, "You fucking bastard!" And I've had Cyrus nearly like lunge over a table and
Did you read the book?
Something like that, yeah. In fact, I religiously reread Douglas Adams all 5 books nearly every year.
That's
I've never
one
read
book I've reread more than any other book.
Yeah, me too.
I've never read the book, but I didn't mind the movie. I'm not going to watch it again, but I didn't mind it.
And that's it's certainly not something that I would go out and buy and anything. But I mean, there were certain things that I found amusing about it. I guess I went in with very, very low expectations anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked most Def in it.
Yeah,
he was cool in it.
Oh, I love Sam Rockwell. I thought he did a great job.
I just thought it was a lot of miscasting. It wasn't that everybody was
Yeah,
bad in it; they were just all miscast.
Cyrus.
Yes.
Now you're saying I thought it was a bit miscast, and when we came out of that movie, it's always stuck with me. You said that was an abortion.
It was an abortion. The movie. I said the casting. It wasn't that the actors did it like the actors were terrible.
No.
I mean, come on, it's Sam Rockwell for God's sake.
And
he's never been bad in anything he's ever done.
Most Def was in
Joshua.
that.
I like most. Never saw it. I like most Def, but yeah, I mean, him as Ford is. I don't know why I wasn't more incensed by that, other than the fact that I have been rereading this book over and over, years and years, like since I was about 13. So I think there was a part of me going, like, look, dude, they're never, ever going to do this right for you. There's just no fucking way.
Honestly, I loved the BBC television series.
I liked it okay.
Loved it.
I was never but blown away and enamored by it, though. I liked it all right. I will say one thing I have found myself defending just film fans in general, and I think this has to do with the fact that everybody kind of hates their dad, is I love John Wayne movies. I legitimately do. But there are so many people who will not give them a chance just because it's like their dad was like, well, we're going to go see a John Wayne movie. And he's such a representative of, like, what a dick this country can be that people cannot put that image behind it. But, I mean, The Quiet Man is one of my favorite movies. Even some of his cheesy stuff like Atari, love that.
Yeah, I just wrote a whole piece about that, fully admitting I've seen 3 John Wayne movies because of not because of problems with my dad, although he did love John Wayne.
Yeah.
But because
Everybody's
problems with
dad loves
John
John
Wayne, where you're like, wow, you're like a rampant right-wing redneck cocksucker, anti-com, kill all the commies jackass who really can't act all that well, but you've got that.
And see, I disagree with that. I mean, in his major movie, The Searchers, he's supposed to be a dick, and he acts like it, and it's an amazing movie. I mean, most of the stuff he did with Ford is worth. John Ford, the director, is worth checking out. You know. And like I said, man, if you haven't seen The Quiet Man, go see The Quiet. It's the best St. Patrick's Day movie you can ever see, and it's funny as shit.
I do fully intend on watching that. I mean, keep in mind, I'm not that close-minded anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I really like The Shootist because it's Unforgiven
Shootist
before
is
The
awesome,
Unforgiven.
yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
And I always liked John Wayne because he was so busy killing Indians that he left us alone.
He always had black pals going. He starts to turn and look at them suspiciously, and they're like, hey, there's an Indian over there. Leon, what would your film be?
Well, I mean, everybody knows my famous one. It's Spider-Man 3, which I will defend to my death because I get so sick of people saying like, oh, Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 1. And I'm like, bullshit. I came out of Spider-Man 2 not liking it at all. I was pissed off. I was like, the only thing I like about this is the action. And you get to Spider-Man 3, it's all that action times 3. So I'm like, you know what? This is the movie I like. Of the 3 movies, the first one is my favorite, but 3 is the one I rewatch the most because it's got the most fun stuff in it.
But that's really the one movie review that makes everyone kind of question your judgment on everything else.
Let them. If someone was to come to me personally, I could explain to them everything I love about it. And matter of fact, you know what? Grant, you're here.
Wait a second.
Yeah, now I have a captive audience because one of the things when people tell me about like, well, what about that scene when he's walking down the street with James Brown music playing in the background? That was just stupid. I'm like, really? Because that was a mirror image of the Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head scene from Spider-Man 2, which you guys had no problem with. It was Raimi playing around. It's like him joking with a lot of stuff, even with the emo thing.
You know what? I'll
like
tell you what the problem with the emo thing is.
Okay, tell me.
A lot of my age group that would appreciate Spider-Man and comics mythology are rampant emo haters.
Granted.
And so when you see Spider-Man become an emo kid, it's just like, really? That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, but he's
No
not
one
supposed-
wants to see Spider-Man as an emo.
So you wanted to see him dislikable, but in another
Well,
way?
no,
Yeah,
I
was gonna
think
say. Thank
Because
you.
that was kind of the point.
yeah, because everyone saw him from the animated version where he's just a complete asshole.
Well, he
But
was
he's
a
not,
complete
He's
asshole.
not combing
It
his
doesn't-
hair to the side and wearing
On
dark clothes
Emo's
and mascara.
See, I love
Yeah.
that Raimi
No.
like updated it in that
Emos
particular
aren't
way.
Bad?
Because to me, I thought it was
They're
like
just
so
gross.
hilarious and such a joke that like, wow, Peter Parker has this thing that makes him evil, and yet he's such a good guy and such a nerd that the best evil he could become
No,
was
and
an emo.
I really
that's
appreciate.
awesome.
I really appreciate that's your theory, and it made me like it a lot more.
That's cute. That's
No.
cute, Leon. That's a cute theory.
Wow.
Bravo for you.
Now I see why Jason wants to fight you
I-
so much. I am not defending you anymore.
Can we
No,
please
dude, I'm
not
saying
say
I liked
emo
it.
anymore?
Oh, okay.
No.
I feel like 50 years old sitting around going, well, my son, he's one of the goth, you know?
I would like to
he
point
likes
out-
eye makeup.
I wasn't trying to
Actually,
be
he prefers
patronizing.
Gothic American.
Yeah, I would like to say for the obviously no one understands this. Emo and goth are not the same thing.
No.
At all. Emo stole the look from goth, but they're not fucking goths. Goths want to beat up emos just like everybody
Emo's
else.
gonna cry in their blog,
Jimmy
and Goth's
World
gonna
can
go shoot
suck
up a
my
school.
dick.
Okay. So what am I if I want to beat up both of them?
Normal.
Well, half of us are going to stop you.
Oh, really,
Yeah.
Mr. Vampire,
Yeah.
sir? Bring it, Vlad the Impaler over there.
You are everyone else.
You want to hear a funny goth story?
Yes,
Depends
please.
on who wins.
I didn't even think there was one, but go ahead.
My first year of college, in art school, mind you. Okay, so for freshman year of art school, everyone is the reject from their high school, and you get to this college, and suddenly everyone's trying to out-weird each other because no one's weird enough. So there was this guy named Thomas, and he must have spent quite ridiculous amounts of money on his super ultra goth vampire costume that wasn't his costume, that's his daily wear. I mean, he had the contact lenses and the top hat and very out there clothing. And he had, like, the first mixer party we ever had, he had this, like, fake gun. If he wanted to meet you and talk to you, he'd, like, shoot you. And that meant he wanted to talk to you. But anyway,
This guy wins.
this guy,
I thought you hated emos.
but no, he wasn't emo, he was a guy.
He wins the weird
But,
contest.
yeah, he's talking about
Yeah,
the
he's
weird
a god.
contest.
So it was a big joke around SCAD that, like, I just love to see that guy in a Hawaiian
That
shirt.
he existed.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was just King Goth, but by second or third year, everyone had so gothed out that he wasn't King of Goth anymore. So he switched over to these German military outfits, not Nazi, mind you. He didn't have the badge, but it was a German.
Not the bad
It was-
German
yeah, he
military.
didn't- no, I mean-
the good German
I mean,
military.
it was like he didn't actually have a swastika on his arm,
He
but
didn't
it was
kill any Jews himself.
It was a German military outfit.
It's
and
World
that was
War
like-
One, not World War Two.
That was his way of stepping it up.
He
This was
did
like-
work at a brick oven pizza place, and it really made everybody nervous, though. Could you not wear that?
But it cracked me up because I'm like, you just couldn't be gothy enough. You had to switch your whole mode because you were no longer King Goth. Like, how can I take this one step up? German military outfit, and he like, I don't know, walked with me to the convenience store once and bought me a Coke, and I'm like, does this mean he wants to date me? I don't know.
Oh, God.
I gotta get out of here.
Apparently not unless he shoots you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's better than shooting you.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
you
very
do reach a
amusing.
point of like saturation where you realize you can't put eyeliner on the white part of your eyes. It just won't work. So you just go and you
I gotta change my style.
put on a Nazi outfit.
But it is true when it comes to white guys being weird, the Germans win.
Yeah, that's true.
Exhibit A, Klaus Nomi.
Yeah.
It was
Don't-
funny though because by you knew who the seniors were because they just looked normal. They'd given up on trying to out weird.
The only step up is just to be a giant gaping asshole, a goatsy, if you will.
The goatee spelled properly and not that weird thing on Let's Do This that we still don't understand.
Why
Hey,
do
Greg.
they do it?
Great way to bring it back around to us.
Oh, great way to bring it.
Yes.
Speaking of
So,
assholes,
Allison,
Allison, what about you?
Well, you know, I think that I would rather answer the question in reverse. Which film does everybody in the world like except me? I do not like Eraserhead. Okay? I said it right
I don't
here.
like it either.
I just don't
Yeah, me
like that
neither.
movie.
same here. It
Wow,
was, it was
you're-
really weird,
you're really
and yet gave me nothing.
and boring.
That's the only
Yeah.
David Lynch film I haven't seen.
Oh, are you serious?
Never saw
Yeah,
it.
it's just
Yeah.
like you keep looking at your watch and you're like, "Well, I don't know. What the hell are you trying to tell me?
What?
Nothing. You have nothing to say to me."
Why does everyone have peat moss on their dressers? What is going on in this world?
You didn't understand the symbolism of the peat moss?
It was just boring.
I understand the whole
Yeah,
movie now
it's
just
good.
from that.
Pete Moss.
Yeah, and
It's all so clear.
and puppets and like tap
Radiator
dancing
women.
moons.
Yeah, the radiator.
Well, it's funny because like I like most of David Lynch's films, but then his most recent one, Inland Empire, I fucking hated. And all these people are like, "What are you talking about? It's just like Eraserhead." And so I've been like, "Great, I'll never go see Eraserhead."
There you go.
now.
Yeah,
Right,
just
Chris sucks.
save your however long that movie is.
Yeah,
Save that.
I
That's
saw
better to do.
Eraserhead. I was like, I think I was 15 years old, and I'm in Houston. Rode the bus to the River Oaks Theater. It was raining. It was like a thunderstorm outside. I'm sitting there by myself watching just the weirdest fucking movie I'd ever seen. And I'm thinking like, okay, at the end it's gonna give me some point, and it wasn't. It's like it went off, and I'm like, wow, I have like this weird feeling in the pit of my stomach that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. and I
That's
have
what
no why.
Eraserhead is about. I'm serious.
You're
That's
right.
what you
That's
should
what
come
I've
away
read.
from it. Oh my god, I feel sick.
You should have
But-
stayed till after the credits where David Lynch points at you and goes,
Well, the funny thing was, it was a double feature with Night of the Living Dead. So I stayed, to watch that afterwards.
That's an odd double
That
feature.
is an odd combination.
They're both in black and white, dude.
Oh, I see now.
That's like when I watched Faces of Death and then Home Movies. Home Movies was never the same.
And you can't tell the difference.
I can't.
Samey same.
He spliced them together.
What about you, Cyrus? What movie you got?
Well, mine is so embarrassing, but Independence Day.
Oh, you gotta be fucking
Yeah,
kidding me!
I love that movie, dude. I can watch
punch
that
us
over
in
and
the
over
Why?
again.
I love it too. Will Smith is awesome.
Oh, you
Yeah.
break.
Fuck
That,
yeah.
that movie was a lame-o, like, well, there's not a Star Wars movie, and we know you guys want one, so here you go.
I love how he waited.
Wham!
I love how he waited for me to go, "Oh, you suck! Oh my god!"
No.
I can't believe
I
it."
was ready to support you till you said that lame piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's like.
that
I mean, did
movie.
you like? You must have loved National Treasure too,
No,
because it's the
National
same
Treasure-
man.
Man,
Two
I
was
gotta
terrible.
say, Bill Paxton's speech, Bill Pullman. It was Bill
Pullman's
Pullman.
speech is actually
get the
moving.
Yeah, it's so
We
good.
would not go quietly into that night.
We're gonna fight. We gotta survive.
That would be Dylan Thomas.
Thank you.
Today, we celebrate our independence.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man. That movie gets to me. I don't
Oh,
know.
fucking Will Smith. With
Even with-
I got to chomp on a cigar the whole time.
Even with the silly Apple computer thing, it's
Jeff-
like, you know what? There's much dumber shit than that in the new Star Trek movie that makes no sense from a science point of view.
No.
Jeff Goldblum giving
might
him a
point out-
virus.
you might point out holes in the new Star Trek movie, but nothing to the point where an Apple computer can interface with alien technology
Yeah,
and bring it
spoken
down.
like a typical PC user.
Snap.
Smoking like somebody with a brain, dude. Come on.
Ooh, you know what?
Sorry,
You
it
know
was
what though?
fun.
I'm totally kind of off topic. I have a Mac at home, but when I saw Drag Me to Hell
Traitor.
last night, the Justin Long, is that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin Long.
I didn't actually realize he was the Mac spokesperson as I was watching the movie, but the first second I saw him, I'm like, why don't I like this guy? He's a pretentious fuck. I don't like him. And then today, my boss was like, yeah, because he's the Mac guy. I'm like, oh!
Oh, you guys aren't
So
Mac
does
owners?
John
I'm a
Hodgman
Mac
show up
owner.
at the end
for
and
the
save the
fucking
day?
programs, not for the lifestyle, you know?
Oh, get a
Yeah.
little lifestyle.
I do have one that I like that I know nobody in this room likes.
Oh yeah?
Moulin Rouge.
Hellboy.
Oh,
Ew.
really?
Gross. I hate
Well,
you.
You know what? I might have like railed against you, but now that Cyrus brought up Independence Day.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, he's taking the cake.
Leon,
But since you're a pretty girl and I'm pretty much Crispin Glover, I'm gonna let this one go.
I'd just like to point out a conversation I had with you the other day where I said I actually liked, oh man, what was the name? The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh my god!
And
That's pretty
he
bad.
railed
That is-
me
that
and
is pretty
talked
bad.
about every point by point until I was like, okay, never mind. I hate that movie.
take
I
that-
agree with you. I hate
hey, guess what? Same filmmaker on both of those movies.
I take back my
Yeah,
fist
but
bump.
Independence Day is awesome.
Yeah, Independence Day is awesome. Sorry. But Leon's just the hater. He's like, everybody's movie. He's like, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
No,
yeah,
not
do you
really.
even like movies?
No, I didn't do that with everybody's movie.
And by the way, Moulin Rouge kicks ass, so fuck you.
Yes, it does.
No,
Okay.
no, I fell asleep with that every time I tried to watch it.
Thank you, Grant.
Your masculinity
I
is afraid.
I just hate
That's all.
I hate any
Yeah, I'm hetero.
musicals.
Yeah, that was my ex-boyfriend's favorite movie. I mean, he was like a burly fucking Viking, a huge guy with beard down to here. Like, you wouldn't mess with him. He's like, I love Moulin Rouge. I'm like, who are you? That's very weird.
He was sensitive.
He was incredibly sensitive, actually.
Unless it's an animated Disney movie.
Yeah.
Musicals
I
suck.
mean, you throw some 3D penguins in there, maybe.
Oh.
You know what's weird is like 8 people asked in a row, what do you think the best Terminator film is? It's like, really? No one's
2.
We have to
reading
answer
it?
that
one.
Can we all just go around the room and say 2?
One.
Ew.
Okay,
No.
leave.
Tell me to leave.
You're just like the old grumpy guy who's like, as far as I can tell, just wrong, Leon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What's
Chocolate
up with
Bear,
you
I
and
am right there
dissension?
with you.
Answer-
Number one.
Number one.
With a bullet.
The answer is 2 except for one line.
No, number 1 is the best
Even
one.
You
one's
cannot
got the
steal lines.
terrible
You have to pick
effects.
one or two.
Even one's got the terrible effects at the end that take you right out of it, just as surely as the "I know now why you cry" line does in the second one. So,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
pretty sure a mullet in any movie makes it a fail.
In 1, it's like, look, I've been sent over and they are blowing up the machine and there's no more time travel after I get here. And number 2, they go like, oh, that guy Kyle, he's nuts. Yeah, we did it again. Don't listen to him. It's fine.
It's a time machine. We've got 20 of them in the back. Couple of tachyons. Bingo, bango, boomo. You're done.
This question won't be
which
solved.
does seem to be true though. In the Terminator series, they're just like, well, that one's fucked. All
Well-
right, we got the next one.
In the new one, I'm just like, wait a minute. Why does Helena Bonham Carter know the future?
Yeah,
She's a sentient robot at that point.
they all know the future.
Yeah, apparently so. Which is, we're always going to lose.
They just
Rats.
They just go down to the Skynet convenience store and buy the local paper. It's like, let's see
And,
what it says.
give me a can of tachyons.
I just think it's funny that at the time I watched the movie, I mean, I was probably 13 or 14, so me and my best girlfriend were like, oh, we love Eddie Furlong. He's so cute. And then, like, in my later years, I watched him, like, this whiny little bitch needs a kick in the head. How could I possibly like this guy?
Has anyone seen a picture of Eddie lately?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
I'd like to.
He
Life
has
has not
really
been good.
let himself
Well,
go.
what else did he ever do, ever?
American History X.
And, yeah, which he was great in, but then he went and made one of the worst Crow movies, which is hard to do.
There's only one Crow movie. This doesn't mean
Yeah.
me anymore.
Yeah, they stopped
didn't
making them
exist.
out after the
Yeah.
first one. The rest is just an urban myth.
This was the only reason I saw it is David Boreanaz played the bad guy, and I was like, how bad can it be? Oh, God, that bad.
Yeah, with Edward Furlong, it's like, how lame could John Connor get? Oh, wait, Nick Stahl.
Yeah. I didn't think Nick Stahl was bad.
I didn't like it.
I'm not a Terminator 3 hater. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I thought it was.
I'm
I
not
thought
a
it was,
hater either,
I
but
thought it
Nick
was
Stahl, I was
unne-
like, really?
It was unnecessary because it didn't add anything to the story till the very, very, very
Yeah.
end. And even then, they were like, people don't like depressing endings. We're just going to get rid of that and pretend it never happened. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? That was the best ending out of any of them, if you ask me.
Well, can we not agree, like, especially watching the last 2 movies, that, like, pretty much if this happens, the machines are going to win.
Yeah.
We don't have a chance.
Let's just
And
let
there's
the
not even
machines
really
win.
any point in fighting them.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would also like to say, future robot overlords, that we believe that you will win too.
Yeah.
I say that
Just
every
putting
time,
that out there.
Every time I go to the ATM and it gives me some kind of like really frustrating message, like your account is
We will destroy you, meatbag.
fucking I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm a human. I'm foul. It's my fault. It's
Don't
just-
record this. Don't record this.
I love you all very much. You're wonderful things, you robots.
And again, I say, what about the sex box? Quit killing us. Just entice us with sex, and
Yeah.
then we won't leave our houses, and you
Hey,
can go take over
get
the
that
world.
Matrix set up.
I was going to say, I'm all for that. Plug my ass in. That's fine.
Pot,
Whoa, wait.
homos,
Plug
and
your ass?
orgasms.
What?
Well, we know how he likes his sex
Cyrus
bot.
is so used to saying that.
Yeah.
that it's pretty much his default go-to saying.
Oh,
That's
what?
why Leon doesn't react, because he's used to me saying it to him.
You are so lucky this isn't being recorded.
Yeah,
Whoa.
All right. Next question, because we've answered 2.
Yeah.
But can we answer the questions of the people who whine the most so they can stop?
No, shush. Ghost Rider says, okay, hello, you stunningly handsome men, you. And ladies.
She.
It didn't say Anne Grant.
What? I don't get a hello?
Why do I always gotta be the
And
ugly
the
one?
boy. Okay, now that I have your attention, how did this whole summer blockbuster movie phenomenon start? When did Hollywood start pushing big blockbusters in the summer months?
Dun-dun.
Well, who's the historian?
Dun-dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, that's not a shark you hear. It's the death of film. Although I'm a big fan of summer blockbusters, but really the first one that was like, oh, let's put out the big spectacular special effectsy things in the summer, Jaws. And which was subsequently followed up by Close Encounters, and then you started getting Star Wars, and on and on and on and on.
But it wasn't really till Star Wars that it became
Yeah.
everyone in the world expected the summer to be the
Star
time
Wars
for
and
this.
Raiders were the ones that the Jaws created a template, and they went in and filled it out with adamantium cubes and said, "This is the way it will be done."
Yeah, Jaws gets the credit for being the first one, but it would not have happened if Star Wars didn't follow it. and
There
keep
was
it
no
going.
big summer movies before then?
No.
Nobody
There wasn't.
cared. They stopped making movies in the summer. They just didn't do anything. In fact,
People
everyone-
went outside and sat on their front porches and talked and cried and hugged each other, and
They read
Ew.
books.
they read books, and
That
they
sounds
made
horrible.
crafts and simple objects of great beauty.
Makes friends with their neighbors.
Ew, neighbors. Ew. One guy next door's got like a wart or something on his face. I
And
don't
then
know.
a dark man named Steven Spielberg came along.
In the Leog's this is your friendly neighborhood Texan. In the Leog's opinion, what was the best summer for movies that y'all can remember? What summer had week after week of just great movies that not only banked but got great reviews?
I always got to go. Sorry, you know what I'm going to say.
I
right?
only asked this because I knew you had an answer.
1999
Absolutely.
was the year of all years
Yeah.
because that was a year you got American Beauty and The Iron Giant and Fight Club and The Matrix. Thank you. I'm getting to that.
I was
And
helping you. I knew that one was
okay,
coming.
and
Feel bad now.
Disney's Tarzan and Being John Malkovich and several others, but those are the ones that stood out to me where I like, wow, this is the year to beat. And we've had some great years since then, but nothing to beat 1999.
Leon lost his virginity in 1990.
Oh, and Toy Story 2, which is an absolute perfect movie. And the thing is about all these movies, they had this all had this undercurrent of identity crisis. As we were approaching the new millennium, I think, just a zeitgeist of who are we and where are we going and what's happening next?
Wow, that's a lot smarter answer than I expected.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, I think he actually lost his virginity in 1899. But okay.
Hey, I'm just glad somebody used the word zeitgeist and it wasn't me.
It was like, wow, it's like film school, only less expensive
And less pretentious.
and less pretentious.
And way more useful.
And I agree. So we're just going to move on from there.
All right.
Zero asks, "Dear Leog, long live you, comma."
Bad question.
My
You can always
question
count
is,
on zero.
my question is, how long does it usually take to remove Carlisle's lips from all the new summer movies' asses?
Well, with an acetylene torch and a full set of crowbars.
I'm not sure.
It still takes
ever
another 6
happened.
months.
I just don't know if it's ever happened. He still sticks by Armageddon is a good movie to this day. You're like, really, dude? You're
No,
still
you want to
gonna
know my
stay
hugest
there?
problem with Armageddon? It's the title. Let me make it clear. An apocalypse is the way you end the world in any situation. Armageddon is specifically the war between heaven and hell.
That's true.
Specifically. You cannot call any other end of the world Armageddon. It is the war between the devils and the angels. Period.
Whoa.
Well,
That's why I hate that movie.
Well, okay, I would say the second reason I hate that movie is because it completely sucks.
Yes, that is also a good reason to hate it. But the
But
semantics
it's got that
alone drive me
Aerosmith
crazy.
song, which is so beautiful.
I won't fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm singing a love song about my daughter making out
Yeah,
with Ben Affleck.
exactly.
That's awesome.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's
I
just
have
creepy.
nightmares about the animal crackers scene in that movie to this day.
I've
You remember that
locked
when they're sitting there on the blanket before he has to leave, and Ben Affleck's taking little animal crackers and dancing them on Liv
Fuck
Tyler's
that. There is
arm.
one good animal cracker scene that is Seth Green when he talks about how the monkey doesn't have pants in Buffy, period.
I didn't know there was a list of animal cracker scenes.
That is it. Why
Goes
doesn't
back
the
to the
monkey have
Martian Brothers.
pants?
You know what? I hate to even talk about this movie because to me it's so dumb. It's beyond obvious. But seriously, folks, it would be a lot easier to teach astronauts to mine rocks than it would be to teach miners to become astronauts. Just saying.
All right, boys, sit down. We're going to have our first temporal physics class. Oh, shit.
This won't take long.
Can I wash the coal dust off? No, you'll learn it now.
Now, do you know the temperature at which rocket fuel explodes?
What's the second law of thermodynamics? Things get hot. Wrong!
I just want to hit some rocks.
Yeah, as opposed to okay, you point the jackhammer this way and push this button. You think you got that?
Right. I mean, there was one funny scene in there when they were asking everybody what they want from the government. That was funny. I got to hand it to them, But other than that movie sucks. Yeah, and it can burn in hell.
Dude,
Anyway,
the miners are totally on the site are totally going to diss us for that.
yeah, all our big Miners fans are like boycotting Leon.
Oh my God, the whole state of Pennsylvania has banned us.
Miners listen to us?
Not anymore. Spambot15 asks, "Hey, League of Extremely Extraordinary Gentlemen." And wrong. Okay.
What?
We're not extraordinary
No,
gentlemen.
no. We're extremely ordinary.
Yes, so that would be
And,
wrong.
And yeah, we may have to go with Legion.
Let's just not even answer his question.
No, we're going to answer it. My question to you is, if you could make a big budget summer action film, what would it be about?
Dark Knight.
Allison should answer this because she loves those.
Well, I'm still really mad at the last Aeon Flux movie, and if they
Fuck
could,
that shit!
that movie is seriously, when I start killing people,
Start.
tomorrow when I start, the creators of that horror are on my lipstick list, and so
Whoa.
I wish they would do that right.
Wow,
Yeah,
I'll
but-
be there right there with her with my bad
There's like
laugh.
half the population that's on your lipstick list.
y'all didn't
right?
like Aeon Flux? Thought everybody liked Aeon Flux.
I love the
Not the
real
movie.
Aeon
no, I
Flux.
thought that movie was great. Didn't you like it? I'm just fucking
You
with y'all.
suck.
It was
Anger
terrible.
taking over.
It's like, have you ever even seen an episode of Aeon Flux at all?
Yeah.
Rage.
Yeah, the thing
Apparently
with
not.
the fly and the eyelid and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
and in the director whole making of when they're like trying to justify
No.
the fucking
No. You've never seen an
brain
episode.
seizure that they had and making it's kind of the same thing,
It's not
but
the same at all. You've
it's
never
not
seen an
at all.
episode.
I
Period.
don't know. Like, cartoon always kind of weirded me out, though. It's
I
like, wow,
loved
is this
it.
sci-fi for pro-Anna people? What is the
That's
deal
what's the
here?
cool thing about it.
Amazing.
It's like it was totally sci-fi and kind of disturbing. Like most of them I'd watch, I'd leave feeling kind of sad. I feel like I need to take a bath.
They all
But that
look
was
so
good.
creepy.
Yeah, they
But-
were creepy.
It's not, like,
but the
creepy,
movie
but-
doesn't have a creepy factor at all.
Did you ever guys see like full episodes? Because I only see like
got the
1
box
minute clips
set.
on Liquid
Yeah.
Television.
Anyone who wants
Box
to see
set.
it, I've got the box set.
Oh,
but
sweet.
the biggest
I
thing
want to
about
check out
it,
your box.
It's thank you.
What? Oh, God.
I'm actually not wearing a
That
dress
means
today.
vagina.
Not at all. Oh, my God.
The whole entire point of Aeon Flux was the sexual tension between Aeon and Trevor. And they're playing this I hate you, I want to fuck you game. And it's amazing because every single line in the entire script is about their relationship. And the movie completely missed that. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they want to kill each other and fuck each other at the same time. That's why I love the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay, but that still didn't answer the question in any way, shape, or form. No, like, somehow it went to Aeon Flux is a bad movie, and I just
Man,
totally...
we got the girls off on a tangent and we got passionate.
I was like, wow, what happened to the question? So what was
You
the answer
had
to
me
that?
at I want to kill you and fuck you.
So a good Aeon Flux movie, I
I
think is what
bet
you're saying?
Aeon Flux would be cool.
A better Aeon Flux movie.
Yeah.
Who would? Any thoughts on who would direct that?
Peter Chung himself?
Me?
You?
There you go.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
volunteer.
Yeah.
I wish Jason was here so he could back me up on a finally a decent like mythological Lovecraft film, like the and like the one that Peter Jackson's been talking about doing, like putting a lot of money into it, creating all the atmosphere, making it a really honestly creepy Lovecraft film, which you need a giant budget to do.
Yeah, I'll back you up on that. And yeah, Del Toro would be perfect for it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's totally got the chops.
Great.
Yeah.
You know
Oh, sorry. Okay, me. I would love to see Ender's Game done and
Yes.
properly.
Yes, Grant.
And I'll tell you
Can
who
we
should
wait
do it.
until we get rid of Proposition 8 before we do that?
Oh, come on. Let's curtail that for this one point.
I would love for what's his name, Alfonso Cuarón. I think would be
Fuck
perfect.
yes.
Because he can direct kids, but he can direct amazing action sequences. He can. I'm sure he could do space, and because of his free flow camera direction, I just think it would work perfectly. I would love to
And
see that.
Who was the guy who the guy who always was with Ender the whole time?
Bean.
No, not Bean.
Mazer Rackham?
Major
Mazer Rackham.
Mazer Rackham, yeah. I see Alec Baldwin in that part.
Okay, I can see that. Crotchety old man, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, I don't need to answer because that's the answer right there for me.
I have one. I'm normally a hater of remakes, I really am. But when I watched Soylent Green, I loved the plot, but the movie kind of bored me. If someone could remake and update Soylent Green for today's times and do it really well, I would love
Kristen.
to see
that
it.
that would be the Charlton
think it'd be
Heston
done.
movie trifecta remake.
Kristen, did you see Tim Burton's remake of Planet of the Apes?
I
a movie that heavily depended on the shock ending.
No, that's why I stay.
Or I Am Legend.
I normally hate remakes, but like I said with the Willard thing, Willard was I love the remake over the original. I love the plot of Soylent Green, but I didn't like it. I'm like, if you could somehow do it, make it slightly more exciting to me, and do it well,
But
I would like to see a remake. If you're gonna do it wrong, don't try.
But it so depends on that ending. which
Yeah,
you
isn't it?
cannot
It's so
replicate.
dependent
Can't
upon the
replicate the ending.
punchline, and everyone knows it now.
Yeah,
Everyone- yeah.
That's
Way
like
too
like
well.
remaking
Well,
To Serve Man.
Well, the only reason I even saw Soylent Green the movie was because of that Saturday Night Live skit. I saw a Saturday Night Live skit well before I saw the movie. I'm like, well, let's check this movie out. Well, I know the punchline, so
Yeah.
it's kind of ruined.
It doesn't need to be
Exactly.
remade then, though. Everyone still
It-
knows it.
I think it could.
What if?
Oh, well.
I would like to see it if it was well done.
Yeah, what if you made the movie with the knowledge that everyone knows the punchline, and there's some kind of
They
other
change it up.
battle or something where
Soylent Green is actually made out of blue whales.
yeah.
Or like children.
or
What's
I like that better. So
Ooh,
it's children.
koala bears. adorable koala
Yeah,
Koala
bears.
bears
it would
are
have to
actually mean,
start where, like within the
apparently.
first
Yeah,
10
I know.
minutes, somebody going, Soylent Green is people, and everybody going like, yeah, dude, we know.
Yeah, but what
So
if,
what's the
Yeah.
problem?
And
what if it's
We're
more
hungry.
like conspiracy? Like you're trying to keep the people from knowing
It's
that they're
certain
eating
people.
But it's somehow you're eating yourself at the same time. Maybe it's like
It would be
weird.
like-
it's delicious, and I'm gaining no weight.
If you were going to do it now, it would be like, yeah, it's Soylent Green. We know it's from people, but they were terrorists. So
It was a
government.
really depressed
yeah,
Edward
that,
G.
that would be a
Robinson.
good.
Soylent
but
Green's
but
kittens!
we've ruined that.
Yes.
Cannibalism's cool now.
I would really, I am on the Ender's Game tip just as far as like Hollywood. Can you please make a decent damn sci-fi movie again? Because it's been a while, and I would really like to see some space opera going on.
But
I mean,
Star Trek was not.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I know. Star Trek is definitely science fiction, but I'm talking about like something new.
Yeah.
Did
you see that
or even just an adaptation of like some of the great sci-fi books that have been like. Some of Larry Niven's known space stuff, like the Ringworld series. I'd love to see that. I even like on a more fantastic tip. I blush to admit it, but I like Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders series.
I do too.
I would love.
I can't
to,
believe you admitted that.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know what that is.
I know. I would love to see the first book made into a movie. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
and
That-
they
that
definitely
is-
have the CGI effects to do it.
When
now.
I was in like a young man 1,000 years ago, if you did want to get in a Geek Girls pants, which there weren't as many of them around as there are now,
Ew, why would
the
you
way
wanna do
to
that?
do it was to bring up some stuff from Dragon Riders and
yeah.
Pern.
Dragon
Yeah.
Riders of Pern or Marion Zimmer Bradley. Those
Yep.
were your two keys to the panties.
They were the
And let's
entry
admit,
points.
like back then, Geek Girls were not nearly as hot as they are now.
No, but you take what you can get.
True. I mean, yeah. I mean, men will adjust.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is Leah again. Speaking of space operas, can we bring up that Green Lantern trailer? Did you guys see
Oh,
that?
the fan
Oh, yeah,
made.
the
The
Philly
fan
one,
made
that was
because-
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think would be a cool movie if they if
they
they
are
cast Nathan Fillion.
Actually making a Green
Yeah,
Lantern.
I know they are, but it's not Nathan
Well,
Fillion.
you put Nathan Fillion in it, and you have my ticket bought from me already.
Me too,
Nathan
girlfriend.
Honestly, no matter what he does at this point, I'll be anxious.
Yeah, I don't
to see
care
it.
what
He's awesome.
he can just stand around and talk. I don't care.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
have
if I
watched
see a Green
every
Lantern movie where he
episode of
stands around and
Castle.
talks, I'm going to be pissed off.
I haven't.
Elfie Bester's The Star's My Destination.
Ooh, nice.
nice.
Good book.
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next question. Chow Mein. I believe first time we've ever read a question by Chow Mein. And, man, I'm hungry now.
I know. I just ate an hour ago.
So seeing how many of this year's summer blockbusters are all revivals of old movie TV franchises, what are some old movie or TV franchises that you'd like to see made into a feature film in the future?
Paladin.
What the fuck is that?
Wow.
It's like this gun for hire. have
Thank
gun
God
will
there's
travel.
somebody who knows what I'm talking about.
It's an old TV western.
Wow.
Yeah,
I guess so.
wagon train. That era.
And I was joking.
Oh, okay.
But apparently,
I can't
there's
tell.
only one person in the universe who got the joke.
Yeah, it was just crickets everywhere.
Only
Yeah,
the
you're
guy
sitting
old
next to
enough
him.
to remember it and the guy who collects esoteric knowledge. So, anybody else have an answer for this? I want to see a rated R version of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! No, they never do that.
That'd be
I'm telling you, every lame horror movie I see, I think this movie would be so much better if they put Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. crew in.
You're right. You are right. Yeah.
only because my frame of reference only goes back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Can I say He-Man? I really want them to remake that and do it
No.
properly on a different
no, you may
planet
not.
as a fun sword and sandals adventure.
Really?
I want Bad
I mean,
Shira.
you know there's like a lame-ass G.I. Joe movie coming up. You really want to open that Pandora's box?
Yeah.
How about Alf? Where's the Alf movie?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We need some adventures where he's like raiding a cat farm and trying to eat them all.
I'll say Leon can't identify with him because he eats pussy. So. Sorry.
Wait, no. Don't say that I don't do that, too. But I would love an Alf movie if you brought back Max Wright, who was a dad on that, who became
yeah,
this.
he was great.
Yeah, but he became like a serious crack addict.
Aw.
Like he's like one of the biggest, most
didn't know
tragic,
that.
sad Hollywood stories you can imagine. Now you bring him on there as the
As
crack
crack
dad.
addict.
Yeah, I'm there for Alf.
Damn you, CIA! They invented crack. I don't know.
Did they? I don't even know.
Hey, Allison, I know where you're coming from.
I haven't been following my crack mythology chronicles. Okay, so no one else really have anything for that? I thought that would be a wider...
This would be a TV series and would also be a remake / relaunch. But I would love it if somebody would do Wild West the way it was
gonna say-
supposed to be
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Oh, they did. It was called The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Yeah. No, and even if they want to make Briscoe County into a movie,
Are there going to be
absolutely fine
giant
with
metal robot, spider robots in that?
Fuck you, Grant. Don't even say that.
that. Actually, I wouldn't mind.
Okay,
That's
I-
all I wanted.
No, Grant, I take back the fuck you, but still, don't say that.
I don't mind the giant robots. That's fine, but it's like just have it written well, as opposed to what came out.
Condor Man?
All right,
Oh my
Condor
God,
Man.
Condor
Yeah.
Man. I don't even think that's available on videotape.
It isn't.
It's not really.
Although it's probably on YouTube.
Well, I think they
Everything.
finally put out a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court version that they did. Remember the one with
Oh,
the
the unidentified
assassin?
flying
Yeah,
oddball?
wait, I think
Yeah.
they
Is that the
finally
one with
put
Bing
that out.
Crosby?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No. This was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
And
was a goofy
Merlin was a
version of
bad
that.
guy for some reason.
Yeah. Because they had nobody who could. He's got a beard. He's a bad guy.
Exactly. Look at him. He's a socialist.
Well, G. Willikers, who is of the
Whoa, we don't read his question.
of our evil league. Our
Did you hear he tried?
anti-league.
Oh, he's from
he tried
Evil?
to.
Yeah.
He tried to send me an evil gift
Yeah.
of a poster of Dane Cook, and he sent it to the wrong Grant in Austin.
Hey, at least it was a gift.
Yeah, I would have loved it, and I would have put it up in my room.
Cook
But
is not really a gift.
Yeah,
No,
we could have said
It
on
is if
Vine.
you have matches.
I just think the biggest insult is that he sent it to the wrong person.
Yeah, I hope the guy who got it hates Dane Cook and now is all paranoid.
Who else gets to be Dane Cook?
I know. But G. Willikers
Dane
asks,
Cook.
G. Willikers asks, hypothetically, if I was going to send a killer robot back in time to kill the one person most responsible for the creation of Leog, who would that be and when would I send it back? And the answer is Jason.
That's perfect. Yes.
Because he's not here.
Yeah, kill that motherfucker.
Done. Next question.
All right. Scribs asks, I read recently that James Cameron wanted to cast Lance Henriksen to play the Terminator, which is true. Before Arnold, it was Lance Henriksen he was looking at.
Sure.
Another possible choice was O.J. Simpson, which I hadn't heard. But
That
Cameron,
would actually make more sense,
Dude,
really.
wait.
But if he had, though, think about how awesome that would have been right now.
Wait, but Cameron said in 1984, people wouldn't have believed a nice guy like OJ playing the part of a ruthless killer. This is awesome, Scribs. You win automatically by saying that. My question is, which member of the league do you think could pull off playing and or being the Terminator, and why? And well, Bo.
Yeah, clearly
Yeah.
Bo.
Yeah, well, he's the
Yeah.
like biggest body type of us. You've got the biggest bone structure.
But Bo would be sort of like a mix between the Terminator and Bender from Futurama, where he has to like drink a bunch. He'll drink like tons and get drunk.
Go kill
first,
that guy.
and then go
Bite
kill
my
whoever you send.
shiny metal ass.
I don't know. I kind of think Fish could be a great covert Terminator.
He would. He'd be like Elijah Wood in Sin City.
Only if
where
you have, like,
wouldn't
a-
suspect
Yes,
him, but
you
he'd be
wouldn't
so
suspect
creepy.
him.
He's the most unassuming
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe-esque Terminator, where you're like, I'm fine, I'm safe. That's not a Oh God, you got me.
Ooh, and that would be a great excuse to implant a bomb in his chest.
Yeah.
I buy cookies from you. Oh God, your cookie.
They're evil cookies! Ah!
He seems so docile.
These cookies are stale.
Most passive-aggressive Terminator.
What, that nice young man with the protractor? He's an angel.
Tractor, you win.
yeah, you win.
Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this one up with one last question from the Black Swordsman, who says, "Oh, you wrote a question, Leon? Okay."
Hey.
Said if last year, that's what the ladies say. If last year was the year of superhero movies, what is this year?
Ooh. Well, it's been sci-fi mostly, but we still have Harry Potter on the way.
It's a smorgasbord. You get some horror, you got some sci-fi, you got some fantasy.
It's a Danish open-faced
And
sandwich.
we got
It's a geeky summer movie. That's the
yeah, it
genre
really
of the
is.
geekies.
I mean, every summer has been getting geekier and geekier
Yeah, we got
every
sci-fi,
year.
fantasy, horror. Those
It's
are the
kind
geek
of
genres.
nostalgia, though. I mean,
Well,
we got
they're always
Wolverine,
that.
we got
Yeah,
Star
yeah, yeah.
Trek, we got. I mean, it's stuff from our past being brought back and remade or made into a movie in
That's
a
every
different
year
way.
now.
It's
though.
kind of a going out
I mean,
of
even
business
last year
sale to geek.
it was all Batman, Hulk,
I mean-
Iron Man.
There's no big movie that's original.
No, there's not.
No, it's the geek yard sale. It's like, well, most of the shit is terrible, and it's all based on geek properties. But there might be one or two in there that
We
are
also
good.
gotta realize that every summer, people our age are having kids who they want to go take to the movie to relive their childhood, and that's what they're selling it to. They're selling it to our kids. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
It's
our
true.
kids.
It's true. And which means that 20 years from now, we'll be getting these same kind of movies all over again.
Man, I can hardly wait to be double the curmudgeon I am now. I mean, now I'm like, what is this crap? 20 years from now, I'm going to be that guy on my front porch with a shotgun.
Everyone stop having children! You must stop this!
Or at least turn them into Soylent Green.
You call that a Batman? Huh. Back in my day, Batman didn't need to wear armor. Sure, he didn't have much muscles, but he showed it off pretty prominently. And he had a great working relationship with the police. I gotta say that for him.
I don't know, though. If they got that technology keeps going and they can just put you in the bat suit virtually in the movie, you're like, they got 3D now. They'll have like a helmet you can wear. You watch the movie normally, except for in the fight scenes, and then you are Batman. Yeah. I'll be like, fuck yeah, best Batman movie ever.
I'll spray your throat down with hot gravel and let you have at it.
It shoots angel dust, a little puff of it right in your nose. You're like, what? Oh, fuck this! I got beams up.
Wait a minute, you guys were at that party last weekend?
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool if you get to choose which character you are. You choose Bane, so you get to hit the button and shoot that steroid into your brain.
I'm filled with snake venom.
You choose Mr. Freeze and you just die of hypothermia. You're like, oh, I'm Mr. Oh, dead. That was a bad call.
Choose a Joker and you kill the people sitting next to you without even thinking about it.
You sounded just like Michael Ansara when you said that, Grant. It was awesome. Oh, dead.
All right, well, that's it. That's a Leon.
Aw. Let's keep it rolling.
We're so
Let's do
civilized
this.
this time.
Everyone else's game. Let's
How
do this.
civilized we are. We're not even
Leon's
crazy.
like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm half asleep.
I do need to go, but can we answer just one more
One
question? Uncle Cyrus,
5
please?
more. All we ask is 10 more questions.
All right, well,
12.
y'all have to bullshit about something while I find another question worth asking.
Come on, we have people all the time going like, you never answered my question.
All these questions are about what your favorite character in Terminator was, and oh my god, I can't believe you
Find
guys
a
didn't like Terminator.
All right.
Better question. Scroll till you find
Best
a
comic book
non-Terminator.
vehicle, guys. What do you guys think?
Someone actually asked, "Are you guys going to do a Lost episode?" It's like,
Are you
that was
serious?
our last
Yes.
episode before.
No. Tell them yes. We will do another one.
I love those.
I know you do.
And
That's
Batmobile.
special.
Batmobile was the answer, and you guys didn't answer quick enough.
Well, yeah,
so-
the Batmobile is obviously the best comic book vehicle,
You know what? A
followed
friend
by
of
the
mine,
Mach 5, and then the Spider Buggy. What?
a friend of mine just gave me back my Xenozoic Tales graphic novels today, so I gotta say, all the Cadillacs in Xenozoic Tales because they can go from dinosaurs.
What? Really?
Have you read Xenozoic
I
Tales?
don't even know what those
have
words are
them
you're
in my
saying.
car.
Yeah, but
They are
conceivably,
amazing.
I could buy a Cadillac. A
But
Batmobile,
But
I
is
got no
it
chance at.
fueled on dinosaur guano?
But does
Can you outrun run a T-Rex.
Well, considering that's what oil is made from, I'd say yeah.
I don't have to outrun the T-Rex. I just have to outrun the other guy running from the T-Rex.
I'm just excited to get my books back.
Outlive him by a few billion years, and hey presto, I'm using him for fuel.
So you'll have to keep bullshitting.
I'll go to
Sorry,
my car.
sometimes
I will let you borrow these books. They are absolutely amazing.
All right.
His inking alone.
I will
is
give you
like a
back
ride.
them in a year because I'm very slow.
Yeah, my friend had them for about a year, and I got them back today. I'm like, oh, I own these books.
I'm so happy I
Schultz
have
was
them. Let me
like,
give 'em
like
away.
the greatest artist who did like the most beautiful work, but it took him like a whole
It takes
year
forever.
or 2 years to do it.
Oh no, it took him 10 years. But let me
Man.
tell you, Mark Schultz is the reason that Dead Squirrel Girl is still going to this day. I got to meet him at SCAD. We had this thing called Comics Art Forum, and we would invite a bunch of really professionals in the field, and they would give workshops. I showed him the very first Dead Squirrel Girl, which isn't even published. It's so old, it's so bad, I had to redraw it. And he read it, and he laughed at it. And he was like, this is really good. This is really
wow.
funny.
But you are a hot chick, so.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I couldn't buy it.
wait,
And I would point
no,
out, like,
in my-
as good a great artist as Mark Schultz is,
No.
he's bald and he's got the kind of teeth where he
Okay.
can eat corn on the cob without opening his mouth.
In my defense, though,
I would like to pee all over your inspiration,
In
Kristen.
my defense, though, I was about 19. I was considerably less hot. I was wearing a tie-dye
There's
shirt.
no such thing as
Oh.
a non-hot
What?
19
You were
year old
19
Kristen.
and
I'm
you were
sorry.
less hot?
19. I wore really baggy clothing. My hair was down to here. I was less hot. Let me show you pictures.
Okay, you guys do hear this like
Can I
I do.
finish
right?
this?
God, I mean, we're in the same place.
My cleavage was all hanging
No.
out.
No, I totally, you would have thought I was fat because I wore oversized clothing. Anyway, can I tell you an inspirational story? And you had to make it about my tits.
I know, that's what I do.
that is kind of his thing.
I knew that
I'm
was
sorry.
that was going to go horribly, horribly awry. You should have just said it was a chick.
Anyway, so I showed him my work. I'm like, 19-year-old, I've just created this work, and he loved it, and he laughed at it, and I, so respected this man's opinion. He remembered the rest of the weekend. I went to his workshop. He's like, hey, it's offbeat sense of humor, girl. I'm like, he totally gets what I'm doing.
You
And
stay away from that mic, Leon.
there have been times in my past where I just wanted to give up on Dead Squirrel Girl. I'm like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm still drawing. I remember back that Mark Schultz actually enjoyed my comic, and that has really kept me going.
That's
my
cool.
point is that
Yeah.
that he alone has inspired me because a professional loved my work when I was a kid, and 10 years later, I'm still doing it.
So
now
after
say
I
whatever
left his
snarky
apartment
comment you have
that
to say.
morning-
You have to close your mouth.
I was making a comic too, and Leon said he really loved it too, but I had a lot of cleavage hanging out at the time also, so it's very questionable, his judgment.
Christian, that's a beautiful story, and I'm glad it helped you to move on to bigger and better things.
did.
Like coming to Leog.
Like, come
Yes,
to
yes.
Leah.
If not for that, you might not be here. I think that's awesome.
I didn't even know the guy you were talking about, so
I will bring my books out and you can look at it and you will see his work
Mark
and be like,
Schultz.
"He's awesome."
Is he going to be there at the New York show you're going to?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I
he
doubt
might
it.
now. All right, so last question by someone's name who is completely unpronounceable. I3ong I30I. I don't know what. I'm sorry, I have no idea.
Is that
Is
Leap?
it E-I-E-I-O?
I3ong I30I. I don't know what that is. Anybody make any sense out of that? Because I don't know. I don't think it's pronounceable.
Bong boy.
Bong boy?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Cause
Yeah,
he's-
it's NetSuite.
used an I and a
We've
3.
just betrayed
Very
how
clever.
old we are.
Yeah.
What's this
I
bong
see.
you talk
Even more
of?
skills.
We just
Bong
smoked
boy.
three
Thank you,
joints
ladies.
by day. What?
All right, he says I was
Leaped.
flipping through the,
Thanks, pothead.
I was flipping,
Well done, Alice.
I was flipping through the trailers on Hulu to see what movies were going to be playing this summer, and there are so many movies that look good. Really? For example, Sherlock Holmes. Wait, I saw that trailer.
I thought it looked good.
Hey, man.
I'm
But
excited.
They said if I
It
didn't-
looks good if you remove the words Sherlock and
Yes,
Holmes.
thank
from
you.
it.
It looks like a great movie
Yeah.
if it wasn't about Sherlock Holmes.
I've never read a Sherlock Holmes
Yes,
thing,
but you have
so-
to include the words Robert Downey Jr.
you.
Yes, but it would look. Honestly, you're like, wow, this just looks like a movie that Claude Van Damme would be in. It's just like shit blowing up
Nah, I
and
wouldn't
people
go that far.
screaming and running and jumping. When
Trailers
crashing through
lie.
windows. You're right.
Don't expect anything from a movie based on a trailer.
You're right. You're right. We were wrong about Star Trek. That's for sure.
Yes.
All right. But he says, if I didn't hear about this on Let's Do This, then I might not have known about this movie. Well, good for you.
Good for
Oh, very nice.
With the release of Angels and Demons, it got me thinking that detectives are becoming the main characters of movies more and more in the last few years. Maybe not in the traditional sense, but in the way where they follow leads, find clues, solve puzzles, and unravel a major conspiracy. Whether it's Indiana Jones, Nicolas Cage in the National Treasure movie.
Oh, God.
Tom
Really?
Hanks in the Da
Yeah,
Vinci
but
Code.
it's true. Even
Hold
if you
on,
guys
hold
laugh.
on. And who can forget the Batman? I was just wondering, are detectives the new pirates, and as in what everyone wants to be?
Okay,
No,
how
they're the new
dare
ninjas.
you mention Batman and Nicolas Cage from National Treasure
In
in
the
the same
same
sentence?
Yeah. Although I'm sure Batman is a character that Nicolas Cage would have given away his entire comic book collection again to play, but still.
And would have failed.
No, I mean, yeah, I want to be a detective because in the sense that I think intelligence is sexy and cool and exciting. But you know what? I gotta say, I'm not sure you understand what detective means from your list of films.
Well, I think the guy has a point. It's about people. I mean, even if we think they're ridiculous bad detectives, and it's a leap in writing logic.
Yeah, it's not even that they're bad. It's just that the movies there.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
but there's. I think he or she is finding a flaw. I guess it's boy.
Wrong boy.
Yeah.
Wrong
So,
girl.
so I would agree that detectives are becoming a thing, but pirates are still better.
How about pirate detectives?
Oh, my
God.
God.
Yeah, there
Pirate
you go.
ninja detectives.
I don't
We
think
gotta be
there's
ninjas too.
Ever been a pirate?
I'm the Black Pirate Detective.
Make it so.
And this is the Black Pirate Detective Agency.
All right. How about that question about Hollywood blockbuster
Leave
I
your
want to see?
message.
When
I
she-
want to see pirate detectives.
When she walked into my office, I could tell she was a long wooden figure on the front of a ship.
I poured a tot of rum for her, and I called for me arty.
I'm no gumshoe. I'm a gum peg.
Then I raped her and took her money. This isn't working out very well.
Oh, pirates.
Took her money.
Allison for the win!
Again!
Again.
Allison Center Square.
Okay, can that be it now?
That's it. That's
It's
it.
done. That's good.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode
Thank
of
you.
the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen, issue 10.5, where we hopefully insulted all of you to a point where you'll keep on coming back again for more. We are the Don Rickles of Podcasts on Spill, ladies and gentlemen,
And we love doing it.
and we love doing it. Please join us again next week, where we're still not sure what we'll be talking about. Probably Harry Potter, but we'll work it
You
out.
think it's time for the Harry Potter show?
I don't know. I haven't
Don't. No, we're making no promises.
No, I'm
making
not
no
going to be here.
promises. Okay, apparently not that one.
Yes.
But
Wait,
But soon.
it'll be about something. Wait and see.
It'll be how much you miss Kristen when
And
she's
until
away.
then.
Long